Franco, I've been seeing in the news that our tax dollars are paying for some ridiculous reports coming out of the Social Sciences Research Council. Can you walk me through some of these? Because I think our viewers need to understand just how crazy this spending is.
Yeah, no, it's actually nuts that the federal government is wasting money, our money, on some of these crazy reports. Yeah, let me just read you a couple of these reports, okay? There's a report, Gender Politics in Peruvian Rock Music. That cost us 20 grand. Gender Politics in Peruvian Rock Music. Yeah, I guess it's not okay to listen to Peruvian rock unless you know its pronouns, hey? He, him, rock and roll. Okay, another report, Gender Identities in Online Harry Potter fan communities. That costs us about 8 grand. What a waste of money. I mean, everyone knows J.K. Rowling is pretty firm on her stance about gender, and grown-up Harry Potter nerds never get laid. But nonetheless, 8 grand, taxpayers' money on that. And this is probably like the craziest report. Okay, this one cost over $100,000, about 105 grand. Okay, and it was a study on the tracking the birth, life, and death of an urban grocery cart. From work product to work tool. I don't know, 100 grand studying the life of a grocery cart. Now, Carson, you know, I'm a huge fan of the Trailer Park Boys. I love that show, right? Bubbles, you know, legend, absolute great character. I mean, like, look, I think you could just give Bubbles like a couple packs of pepperoni and he could study a grocery cart for you for free.
Well, here's what I'm thinking. Like, why are we, the Canadian taxpayers, spending money researching the gender politics of, what was it? Peruvian rock music? Is that what you said, Franco?
Yeah. 20 grand for the gender politics of Peruvian rock music. Now, like, look, so these reports and a lot that we're going to talk about right now, it's funded through the Social Sciences and Humanities Research Council. Okay, so federal organization, federal tax money. Now, this organization or agency, I should call it, is spending more than $1 billion every single year. Okay, so this is costing taxpayers more than $1 billion every single year. And look, there's even some other crazy reports. Carson, maybe I should just read them off to you. Okay, so here's a good one. She's still sounding, working towards a gender inclusive and intersectional piano curriculum.
Because that's where our tax dollars need to go, Franco. It's how to make our piano curriculums more inclusive.
Yeah, it costs $17,500.
What?
Like, what a waste! Like, what a waste of money. Okay. Oh, here's another one. Revisioning yoga and yoga bodies, expanding modes of embodiment with non-normative bodies. $45,000. I don't even know what that means.
That's jargon. What? Sorry, can you read that one more time? I want everyone to understand what we're paying for.
Yeah. Revisioning yoga and yoga bodies, expanding modes of embodiment with non-normative bodies. 45 grand. This one sounds a little interesting here. Okay. Another one, playing for pleasure, the effective experience of sexual and erotic video games. 50 grand.
Well, because that's what we need, Franco. We need to understand how these erotic video games are impacting us. Now, it's obviously. This is
look.
Crazy.
You know, Carson, you and your friends want to study that, just spend your own money, not Canadian taxpayers' money. And really, that's the moral of the story here, right? Like, why are we just like giving money to like grad students or academics to like look into this stuff, right? Like, I'm pretty sure many Canadians can have much bigger priorities on how their money should be spent ahead of gender politics and Peruvian rock music. If academics or whatever, any researcher wants to study this, like, do it on your own dime and on your own time. Don't be taking taxpayers' money. Okay, I got it. A couple good ones here. Okay, maybe I'll just list off 3 more. And remember, folks, these are like studies that you paid for. Okay, here's one. 35 grand for this. Suitably dressed, finding social justice through distinctions in modest fashion for men, women, and transgender people.
Yeah, it's not enough to, really fight for social justice. You need to dress the part too, at least according to this Government of Canada research.
I mean, are you really fighting for social justice if you're not taking taxpayers' money? I don't know. The jury is still out on that one. Okay, here's another one. The intersection of xenophobia, white supremacy, and colonialism in the 2019 dismissal of Don Cherry.
Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. The things
Of
that
course.
need to be studied. The
Yeah, because of
socio.
course.
Yeah. Oh, man.
17, a little over 17 grand for that. And here's the last one I'll read from you from the Social Sciences and Humanities Research Council. Okay. This one costs 35 grand. From free speech to hate speech, examining right wing student activism on Canadian university campuses. 35 grand.
Yeah, because God forbid, campus Tories want to get together for a beer every now and then. No, Franco, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's not just the Social Sciences and Humanities Research Council that's blowing big taxpayer money on goofy reports. Our friends at the Department of National Defense, they've also been getting their hands dirty,
Yeah.
haven't they, Franco? Can
Yeah.
you talk
Yeah.
about that?
And look, yeah, you're right, because it's not just this one federal agency that is spending more than $1 billion a year, right? We also got some records from what the Department of National Defense is spending your money on. And it just makes me think that it's not just a couple departments here or there, but that if we were to dive into all these different departments, I'm sure we would find some other crazy reports that they're spending your money on. So, okay, the Department of National Defense spent $32,000 on a feminist report on outer space. Now, Carson, I actually had to print off some notes here so I could remember everything they're talking about. So I'm just gonna read to you what was in some of the report. Okay, so remember, 32 grand from the Department of National Defense on a feminist report on outer space. So, okay, apparently, current approaches to outer space are heavily Western, state-centric, militarized, masculinized, and colonial, and encourage practices that are racist, exploitative, elitist, and environmentally destructive.
Sorry, racist against who? The Martians?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Okay, let me just keep reading because this is nuts. Terms such as mankind, astronauts, and envoys of mankind, man's entry in outer space, manned and unmanned stations of the moon, manned spacecraft, and man-made are gender biased, according to the report. Yeah, okay. Despite concerns over gender biased language, the funding proposal notes that women and other genders are not, for the most part, present in outer space. Look, the report also claims colonial-based terms like exploration and conquest normalize violence and exploitation by depicting space as a hostile and desolate environment that is unpeopled, inhuman, and controlled so it can provide an extractable resource.
Unpeopled.
Carson, I don't even know what any of this means, to be honest with you. And I feel like, you could probably just use Chat GPT to come up with some of what they're saying here.
No,
look, Carson, again.
That's a new one for me. Unpeopled. I don't think I have ever heard that in my life.
Yeah, and I mean, it's probably no surprise that there's not many humans on other planets in outer space. Yeah. Look, again, Department of National Defense spent $32,000 on this report. And I think we're making fun of it, but I think the main takeaway is that, look, we've got a lot of problems down here on planet Earth. And maybe we should focus on getting those problems right here on Earth fixed before the government's spending thousands of dollars talking about how to talk about outer space.
Yeah, absolutely. There are Canadians who work hard, not the bureaucrats, for their money. Government comes in, takes it in taxes, and spends it on this, on the life cycle of urban shopping carts, on the gender politics of Peruvian rock and roll music, and decolonializing space travel. This is a slap in the face to people who work hard. Government takes their money and wastes it on nonsense like this.
Yeah, I mean, well said, man. Well said. To me, it just looks like there's too many bureaucrats with too much tax dollars on their hand. And again, look, if you're an academic, if you're a researcher and you want to research any of this, fill your boots. Just don't use my money. Don't use other people's money to do it, right? This is just such a waste of taxpayers' money.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Franco, any last thoughts?
Nah, just, hey stop wasting our money.
Stop wasting our money. I think that's something we can all agree to. Sir, thanks so much for jumping on and joining us for this edition of Waste Watch.
Hey, thanks, man.
Take care.